Hi everybody, thank you for coming back to another week here at the Aussie Lawn. We're heading into autumn here now in Australia and things are cooling down quicker than they have in the last year or two. It's time to tuck this buffalo grass into bed for winter, so what we'll do today is we're going to give it a feed. Now I did actually treat this with Buffalo Pro herbicide 7 days ago, so it's a selective herbicide that targets your broadleaf weeds because I did have some dandelions and some milk thistles and a little bit of caustic weed, etc. So I think there's a little bit of oxalis in the mix as well. Anyway, so it needed 7 days of no mowing either side, so 14 days. So this hasn't been mown. I haven't mown this for about 3 weeks, so going to mow it today. I mow this area with a Toro Super Recycler, probably a familiar mower to a lot of American viewers, and a few people here in Australia are using them as well. Got it set on number E, and that mower, that's 3 1/4 inches or 8 centimeters in the metric torque. So we'll do a bit of whippersnipping, mowing and fertilizing, and that'll be about the all we can do with the buffalo this year until spring comes around. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Thought we'd just take a little look before we mowed it and just see what the current height of it is, because I've got a pretty good suspicion that we're going to be removing more than 1/3 of the leaf blade. I'm not too worried about that. So I've put this rule in the ground here, and we're sort of looking at around 15 centimeters for some of it. So we're going to be about removing half the leaf blade in certain areas. Some areas aren't as long as other areas, but generally speaking it's probably going to take a little bit more than 1/3 off. One, two, three, 10, close enough. Well, I've got to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with how that's come up today. As I said, it hasn't been mown for about 3 weeks now, and we did spray it with the herbicide a week ago. Blades could probably do with a little bit of a sharpen as I look around, but generally speaking, look, for this side of my house, which is a bit more wash and wear, and this hasn't been fed since springtime, so keep that in mind. As I said, pretty happy with it. These Toro lawnmowers, look, I think for buffalo and kikuyu and cool season stuff, I think they're probably hard to beat. Probably wouldn't be so keen to recommend one for cooch, only because they just don't quite get low enough for a cooch lawn, personally speaking. Occasionally, if you've got really wet grass, it can clog up if you're trying to use the catcher. But in the mulching system, look, it's a great machine. Yeah, I've had that machine now for 12 years or so, and yeah, it's fine. It does its job, and it's given me no dramas. I've not spent any money on it. Also, if you're looking for that sort of a mower, if you've got a cooch lawn, probably not something I would recommend. But if you're using it, if you want buffalo or kikuyu, check it out. It's probably worth having a look at. Okay, so we're going to be using the Yates Agri Boost fertiliser on this lawn as well. You might remember a few weeks ago we actually used it on the putting green after the renovation. This time around we're going to use it at the full strength rate, so we're going to use this whole bag on the 100 square metres. A couple of reasons for that is I'm happy if this puts on a bit of a excess growth spurt. It is a longer cut grass, so it won't matter if I don't get to it in a few days. It's not like when you're cutting a really short lawn that, you know, daily or foot or every second day mowing's quite crucial. As I said, this only gets fed 2 or 3 times a year, so look, I'm going to give it a good feed now. It's got a mix of fast release and slow release fertilizer in the bag. So it's a good all-rounder for heading into this sort of, you know, winter hibernation of the buffalo. So we'll get it out, water it in, and that's the show. Okay, well that took a little bit more effort than what I would have liked. The fertilizer has started to, it started to take in moisture in it, and that product can do that if it's not kept fully dry. Now I've left it outside under the eave of the house, and I knew that it wouldn't, it's not the best place for it, but I'm not putting it in the shed because it stinks too much. So it took a bit of effort to get it out of the spreader, but anyway, look, it's out now, it's on there. It's all I've got for you on buffalo this side of winter. In springtime we'll come back here and we'll give it the annual shave with the rotary mower, and I'll show you how deep I go with that and what it looks like when it's done, so you'll sort of get a bit of a gauge if you want to have a go at shaving your own buffalo, how far you can go with it. Stick around guys, more great episodes coming up in the future. Thanks for joining me, we'll see you again soon.